What's up, guys? Peace. Hope y'all are well. Let's talk about and discuss Money in the Bank for July the 2nd, 2022. This was a pretty decent show up until what happened in the main event. And we will definitely discuss that for sure. I was so fucking pissed at what they did involving the main event. A bunch of bullshit. Unnecessary, uncalled for. And I'm a fan of Austin Theory. I am. But nah. Those 7 guys, they got done dirty. Completely dirty. They got fucked over. That pissed me off. So, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. We start the show off with the women's Money in the Bank, which I predicted anyway. I predicted that the women would open and the men would close. I mean, it makes the most sense anyway, right? Becky Lynch versus Asuka versus Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Lacey Evans versus Shotzi versus Alexa Bliss. This was a pretty decent match. There weren't too many hard-hitting bumps. The women didn't take a bunch of nasty bumps like they normally would. Becky Lynch did like a double suplex. No, Raquel did a double suplex on both Becky and I believe it was Lacey Evans. That was pretty cool. Shotzi, she went for a 450 splash, and I believe it was Lacey Evans who ducked out, and Shotzi landed on a ladder, so that was kind of nasty. Pretty good little spots here and there. In the end, it came down to Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be Becky. Oh, it's going to be Becky, She's on the poster. But WWE does something right here. Liv Morgan kicks Becky off the ladder, and she grabs the briefcase. And I'm happy. She got a really, really good pop. I gave that a 3 out of 5. Great. I'm proud of her. Moving on. Bobby Lashley versus Theory for the United States Championship. The crowd was so fucking into Bobby Lashley. I'm like, damn, let's go. They were so enamored with Bobby Lashley. Like, this Vegas crowd, they fucking loved Bobby. They loved him. I'm like, damn, why does he have to be in this situation? Why can't he be in the main event scene like he should be? But him and Theory had a pretty good match. So Theory, towards the end of the match, Theory did Bobby Lashley's spear. Then he went for the A-Town down. Bobby reversed it into the Hurt Lock, and Theory tapped out. And I'm like, oh shit. And the crowd went wild. They went fucking bananas, man. I gave that a 3 out of 5. I thought it was good. It was the right decision. And I'm like, okay, they're going to have something with John Cena in Theory. So then we got a video package involving, I think it was Kevin Owens. No, we got a backstage segment involving Liv Morgan. She cut a good little promo saying that she, finally after 8 years of hard work, she finally was able to achieve her dream, and she might even wait till next year's WrestleMania to cash in. And she just wants to celebrate, relax, and let it all sink in. Carmella versus Bianca for the Raw Women's Championship. And this was fine. Bianca retains via the KOD. You know, who cares? Post-match, Carmella beat down Bianca. I'm like, oh, okay, Liv's about to cash in, but it's not so. And then Carmella, she went out the ramp and started talking more trash. I gave that a 2 out of 5. Next, the Street Profits versus the Usos for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. This match was a fucking banger, guys. This match was a banger. Double super kicks. The Profits kicked out. The double blockbuster from the Profits. The Usos kicked out. Montez went crazy and did a two-pace suicida into the crowd. It was fucking insane. Oh man, dude, this match had everything. In the end, the Usos were able to retain via the 1D, and I gave that a 3 out of 5. Now they did show where Montez had his shoulder up. That's fine. I'm guessing they might do one more match, I guess at SummerSlam, and Montez was pissed. Montez was irate. Like, he was pissed as shit. Dawkins was just dumbfounded. So they're probably going to do one final match with these two teams. Hopefully maybe like a ladder match or something like that, or a steel cage, something, something to kind of end the feud. Because you're going to have the Street Profits at SummerSlam. You know it. Then we got a Kevin Owens video package. Earlier in the night, we also had a Cody Rhodes video package as well. Then we had Natalya versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This was an okay match. Ronda wins via the ankle lock. I gave that a 2 out of 5. Post-match, Ronda was weighed down by Natalya. She was literally hopping on like one leg. Out comes Liv Morgan, gets a massive pop. She cashes in Money in the Bank. Ronda immediately goes for the ankle lock. And I'm like, WWE's about to fuck this up royally. They're about to have Liv Morgan have a failed cash in. And Liv's in the ankle lock. She reverses it into a roll up. 1, 2, 3. The new SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. I can't hate on it, even though I despise roll ups, but I can't hate on that. It makes sense. And it was the right decision and call here. Now, I've been a fan of Liv Morgan for a minute. She's earned it, but I do think her title reign will be short-lived. We've got Charlotte on the horizon. She's due to come back. She's not missing SummerSlam. And then you have Bayley. But I think what they might do is they might put Bayley on Raw. And they're probably going to have Charlotte come back to SmackDown. I think what they'll probably do at SummerSlam is going to be a triple threat. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. And have Liv pin Charlotte. And then that way you can have them to feud, I would say, until the fall months. And then you'll probably have Liv drop it to Charlotte sometime in the fall. So she'll probably have about I want to say at best a 3-month title reign. So it's not going to be a long one, you know. But I am happy for Liv, and I do think that's the right direction that they'll go in. They'll go in that direction. It makes the most sense. Ronda wasn't over as champion anyway, and she was completely boring as champion. Like, her second run has been horrible. Her first run was okay, but this second run has been utter shit. Like, seriously, it's been utter shit. We then got a weird, cryptic, otherworldly vignette, and I immediately started thinking about Bray Wyatt with this vignette. So you had some type of hand showing, but it wasn't visible. It was covered by shadows or whatever. So I'm thinking that Bray might come back. I'm thinking it all depends, and I think we could possibly see Bray at SummerSlam, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that would be awesome. Like, if we get these vignettes on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown for the next 4 weeks, then there's a chance that we probably could see Bray back at SummerSlam. And I wouldn't be opposed to that, you know. I'm very high on Bray. I've always loved his character work. Main event. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match featuring Riddle, Seth Rollins versus Omos versus Madcap Moss versus Sami Zayn versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Then, before the match starts, Adam Pearce comes out, gets on the mic, says, Gentlemen, we're in Vegas. I'm going to up your 7 to an 8. And then out comes Theory. And I'm like, oh my God, no. Please, no. And, you know, the match itself was good. We had good spots. Everyone worked together to powerbomb Omos and take him out. They also covered him in ladders. Riddle did an super RKO off the ladder. That was fucking insane. Got a insane pop. In the end, it came down to Theory and Riddle, and Theory. No, it came down to Theory and Zayn. And I was like, okay, they're going to do something right here. They're going to give it to Zayn because of the stories that they could tell. But Austin Theory gets the win. He shoves Zayn off, actually with the briefcase. Zayn falls off the ladder, and Theory grabs the briefcase. He's the new Money in the Bank winner. I give that match a 1 out of 5. A 1 out of 5. The stories that you could have told with Seth Rollins trying to redo the high school of the century. You could have told that story. You could have told the story of Matt Riddle. And you could have told a cool story with Sami Zayn. And now everything has gone to shit. Those 7 men had to qualify. And I forgot to mention at the start of the match, all 7 men looked pissed, like they were going to fuck the shit out of Austin Theory. Like, beat the fuck out of him. Because Austin didn't deserve to be in that match. And I like Theory. So now, Seth Rollins has no story. Riddle has no story. Sami Zayn has no story that you could tell. Those were the only guys that were going to win. Those are the only right choices to win. And Sami's just the dark horse. But the main two that could have won were either going to be Rollins or going to be Riddle. Those are going to be the only two. This makes no sense. This absolutely is befuddling to me. It makes zero sense. For what? Give Theory the briefcase for what? For what? What has he done? The guy is 24 years old. Same age as Braun Breaker. The guy is 24. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Are you fucking kidding me? Look, I've got to reiterate again, guys. I'm high on Theory. I like Theory. But right now, it's not his time. It's not. And there's no way he's going to beat Lesnar or Reigns. There's no way. He's not going to defeat the two top guys of the company right now. There's no way. This was a complete and utter waste of time. It makes zero sense. All 7 guys look like fools. All of them. Not only that, you ruin the story of Seth Rollins. You ruin the story of Matt Riddle. You could have told a great story with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. They have history along with Lesnar. Same thing with Matt Riddle. He's trying to get his comeuppance on Roman Reigns. And you could have told a story with Sami Zayn. You could have told a story of either 3 of those men winning. Now, it's went up in flames. Theory's not going to win. He's not going to win at all. I'm guessing they'll do a failed cash-in. That's the only thing I can see out of this. Theory's just not ready yet. He's not ready. It's not his time. It is not his time right now. It's not. It's not. And when Theory won, the arena was just verbally upset. A lot of people walked out. People started booing like crazy. I mean, the crowd was super into Rollins and Riddle. Like, those two got the loudest pops. Along with McIntyre. I just don't get it, man. I just, for the life of me, do not get it. It's an irrational decision. And it just doesn't make any sense. Pathetic. An absolute waste of time. An absolute waste of time. Austin Theory is not ready yet. He's not. We all know that Austin Theory and Braun Breaker, those two are going to be the future of the WWE. They are. Those are going to be your next 2 top guys in due time. Not now. Not now. But in due time, they will be. Stuff like this just really irks me and pisses me off. It really does. A waste of time. It was a complete waste of everyone's time. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for my videos. Austin Theory more than likely will fail. He'll have a failed cash-in. That's the only way I could see it happening. But man, I feel bad for Seth Rollins. I feel bad for Matt Riddle. I feel bad for all these guys involved. I feel bad for all of them. But I mainly feel bad for Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, and Sami Zayn. I feel bad for those guys. I really do. Catch you guys later. Peace.